Hello everyone, this is Nathan and welcome to Hale. So funny story before I get started, I was about to record this video in my bedroom, but then my roommates walked in the house and decided to have an ice cream social with a Brooklyn Nine-Nine marathon. So I'm literally in my car right now filming this with my engine off. It is 19 degrees outside. This morning it was -4 degrees. The other day it was -8 degrees. Idaho's crazy. Sometimes it gets to 0, but even when it's 0 degrees, it doesn't say 0. It says -0. But that's besides the point. Today we're going to be talking about Harry Potter. Now, quick disclosure, I definitely love every Harry Potter movie, but this is just a video of why Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is my favorite. Yes, you heard that right. That one is my favorite. I feel like there's a lot of reasons that this isn't someone's favorite. In fact, I feel like this is usually on the lower end of people's ranking because the movie tends to be slower than the others, and plus you don't even see Hogwarts in this one. But for many reasons, which I will share with you today, this one is my favorite. And so before I freeze to death, I want to go over the reasons. All right, first off, the fact that it's a part 1 is genius. In fact, I think this is probably the only series where a 2-part film is justified. I still remember when I first saw the trailer for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and it's in the trailer that it was revealed that it would be separated into 2 parts, one being released in November 2010 and the other July 2011. Honestly, at first, my 8th grade self was not happy to see that, but I'm so glad that they split it into 2 parts because it's justified. It makes sense. The book is ginormous, and it's the end to such an iconic series. And like I mentioned before, this causes for part 1 to be a slower movie. However, one of the pros to this is I feel like you get much more character development, which is ironic because we've been with these characters for nearly 10 years at this point. And while it is the only movie that doesn't show Hogwarts, I feel like it makes up for that with the settings that you do see. You get a much better look at the Ministry of Magic. We get to see Malfoy Manor, which is a cool new dark setting, literally dark. You get random camp settings. It's just, it's different than any other Harry Potter movie. Now, I mentioned that I wanted to talk about the Ministry of Magic. Here's me talking about it. I love the Ministry of Magic scene. In fact, it's one of the reasons that this is my favorite Harry Potter movie. I'm not even joking. Like, this scene that takes place in the Ministry of Magic is one of the best out of the movie and out of the series. It's mostly the suspense, and I love the suspense that's building up, and it's scary too. Like, you want them to get out, and it's just very unsettling being in the Ministry of Magic at this point of the wizarding timeline. Plus, can we just appreciate how cool the set design is for the Ministry of Magic? It is amazing. One of the underlying reasons I love this movie so much is because I love in any movie when you're near the end of the story. And so, in other words, all the buildup has led to this, and this is the beginning of the end. It's kind of like Avengers Infinity War. That movie is the beginning of the end, really. And this movie has the same vibes, where they know the end is coming and there's almost an eeriness to that. I mean, this movie and Infinity War are very similar. Both are the first entries of a 2-part finale, and they're both the beginning of the end. Because of this, the hype is real. Every Harry Potter movie before this has prepared us for this time. We have learned about Horcruxes, we know Voldemort, we know the characters, which furthers my point of how impressive it is that the characters are still developing at this point. There are a lot of suspenseful scenes in this movie. In fact, this is probably the most suspenseful Harry Potter out there. You've got the 7 Potters chase, the Ministry of Magic scene, which I mentioned earlier. Camping scenes have intensity to them. Malfoy Manor, the scene where they're running through the forest. It's a very intense movie. Another reason I love Deathly Hallows Part 1 is because you see old characters that you're familiar with, namely Dobby. And as soon as you're happy to have Dobby back, he goes and dies. So that's really depressing. But it was good while it lasted, and his final lines are very touching. I've also always thought it was kind of funny how in Chamber of Secrets, Dobby saves Harry Potter, and Harry makes him promise to never save his life again.
Just promise me something.
Anything, sir.
Never try to save my life again.
And then in this movie, he saves his life. What if Harry was like, yo, Dobby, get us out of here. And then Dobby just looks to him and says, sorry, Mr. Potter, I made a promise to you when you were 12 years old. And then just separates without Harry or any of his friends. And then Harry and his friends just get killed in Malfoy Manor. Okay, sorry, that's kind of dark. I also really like the score in this movie. One of my favorite scores from any Harry Potter movie, really. Specific tracks that I like. Actually, Dobby's Farewell is a very peaceful but sad track to listen to. And I also love the track of the opening scene called Obliviate, because that really sets the tone of the movie. Hermione freaking obliviates her parents, erases her from their memory to protect them, which is so emotional, and it just gives you an idea of seriously how high the stakes are for this film, and it gets you pumped to watch another Harry Potter movie. Now I want to talk about some emotional scenes. Godric's Hollow, people. You knew this was coming. What an emotional scene. It's really Harry's closure of his parents' death, something that he has never really gotten.
Merry Christmas, Hermione.
Merry Christmas, Harry.
Plus, that scene is able to completely shift tones, and then, you guessed it, turn suspenseful. Woo! Again with a suspense. You get suspenseful. You get suspenseful. Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 wins. And the Oscar for most suspenseful film goes to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. All right, good job. Good job, Harry Potter. What would you like to say?
I like turtles.
I also just wanted to acknowledge that the tale of the three brothers is so well crafted. And that sounds so nerdy in like cinema terms, but it's so true. I mean, get this. They illustrate the story in animation since it is out of a children's book. Like literally, not the Harry Potter books, but the tale of the three brothers is out of a children's book in the movie. And so it's clever that they animate that story. And so to people who call the movie slower, boring, I just don't agree. I feel like there is so much more character development and you still have those fun action, suspenseful scenes that keep you going. And like I said, it's the beginning of the end. And so it just prepares you for the final chapter. Now, with that being said, I love Deathly Hallows Part 2 as well. In fact, I kind of like thinking of these final two entries as just one really long movie. I mean, because, come on, that's really what it is. But if I had to choose between the two, I honestly would choose Deathly Hallows Part 1. It gave us a satisfying story that prepared us for Deathly Hallows Part 2 with important story building and an amazing cliffhanger as well. Part 1 is honestly just great. And I feel like it doesn't get as much recognition in critics' eyes because it's just another Harry Potter entry. But honestly, the set design is beautiful, cinematography is great, the score is good, the acting is good. In fact, I'd probably say this is Daniel Radcliffe's best performance in the series, especially in that Godric's Hollow scene. But of all the movies, Deathly Hallows Part 1 has one of the lowest critic scores, and so I think that they just kind of miss what's great about it. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and let me know what your thoughts are on Deathly Hallows Part 1. Like I said earlier, I love all these movies, and so there's no right answer. But what is your favorite one? Come on, tell me. I want to know. Thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome night. And don't freeze. All right, bye.